Om Shri Satnam Sakhi Jai Shri Krishna. Satsang Varkha Book 16, Discourse 2, Part 2. Guru Maharaj Ji narrated a story. A darvesh named Shah Latif lived in Sindh. He was a Muslim Sayyid and used to live in Bit Shah in Hyderabad city. Just like Brahmins are in Hindus, Sayyids are the most honorable and high-ranking among Muslims. Regardless of the status, beauty, caste and creed, saints look for virtues and bhakti in a person. Shah Latif was close to a Hindu darvesh called Madan. Shah Latif always made the darvesh sit beside him. In fact, in present day, both their samadhis are placed beside each other as instructed by Shah Latif before his death. Shah Latif was the only darvesh who had such a strong bond for a Hindu. Some of his followers didn't like this. Therefore, they always objected and said, "Sir, you are an honorable Sayyid. Then why do you give so much importance to a Banya Darvesh?" Shah Latif replied, "Whenever I am in a dilemma, I seek Madan's advice and he always has a solution to it. Hence, I am very fond of him and he is very close to my heart." His followers said, "How can we trust his abilities?" Shah Latif said, "You all will find out when the appropriate time comes." 2 days later, Shah Latif was in a state of bliss while sitting on his cot. He said to his disciples, "You all are knowledgeable devotees who practice rituals regularly. Hence, please tell me how big is the door of God's kingdom?" Everyone was puzzled and replied, "We haven't seen it." They had their own guesses. Some said the door of God's kingdom is the largest. Some assumed it was as big as the west direction. However, Shah wasn't convinced by any of their answers. So he asked Madan, "My dear Madan, how big is the door of God's kingdom?" Madan said, "Shah Sahib, should I say it or show it to you?" Shah Latif said, "Oh Madan, please show it to everyone." Suddenly Madan turned into a young boy and then as small as a child and then even smaller than a rat. Then he became the size of an ant. Everyone started to look for him but couldn't find him. After a few minutes, he came back to his normal form and size. Shah Latif said, "My dear Madan, I asked you how big is the door of God's kingdom, but where did you disappear?" Madan said, "Sai, God's door is the smallest. Until we don't become humble or become zero, we shall not be able to enter His kingdom. When we believe we are nothing, only then we can enter through His doors. Hence I disappeared. I have named myself Madan because Mad means ego, Na means no, which means you should have no ego to enter into God's kingdom." Thus, everyone was thrilled listening to his answer. Boliye Satgurudev Bhagwan ki Jai.